Okay, looks like we're ready to get started. First off, I want to say thank you very much for taking the time to watch this webinar. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching the recording of it, I so very much thank you for doing so. And you're going to get a tremendous amount of value out of this. This is something I've been working on for quite a long time. Obviously, from my background of being a networker for over 20 some years, I think around 23 full-time years now, and seven-figure earner, I've learned quite a bit. But more importantly, I've figured out ways to show you or show people how to have success, to create duplication, to generate leads, to build big organizations, and so on. And I have personally done it multiple times. So this isn't about me. This is about you. This is about you getting some results. Maybe you're in a situation where you're looking for something to help you grow your business. I'm going to help you do that, okay? Now, I'm going to go through this pretty fast, but I got to start with asking you a few questions. In fact, let me start with this one. How fast do you think you could earn money in your business if you had 10 to 20 interested, that's an important word, interested people per day wanting to talk to you about what you had to offer? And better yet, what if you had people enrolling that you never even talked with? Now, understand, I'm probably going to give you a paradigm shift in a lot of areas that you may not have been taught by your upline or people that you've been in business with, because this is, the internet's not too old, believe it or not, but people have been doing networking for over 100 years, the old school route. But just because, you can get from point A to point B in an Amish buggy does not mean you shouldn't take a jet if you can do the same thing, right? So that's kind of the mentality and the paradigm I want you to talk about. And the truth shall set you free. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. This is all about helping you create the skills and learning some things that are going to set you apart from the rest of the masses. Now, to get going with this, the number one thing in networking that most people, probably you yourself have understood, is that whoever tells the story the most wins. That really is about getting your message. That's all it is every business, every company has a story, and whoever can get that in front of the most people will always produce better results. That's truly the name of the game. Now, if you think about this, if I can show you how to generate 20 leads per day, 5 days a week, you could be getting 100 leads per week. Okay, think about the kind of success you could have. 100 leads per week at 52 weeks a year, that's 5,200 leads. And if you only had a 5% closing ratio, basically you got to really be bad to have a 5% closing ratio with that many people. That's 260 new reps you would have come in. And the average fast start commission of $90 would pay you $23,000 that year, in a 12-month period, 52-week period, just in fast start commissions. But here's the important thing. What if this was all automated? Okay, that's kind of the paradigm that I'm going to show you, is what if this was all automated? So I want you to sit back and relax, and I'm going to either kick you off this webinar right now or you're going to stick around. So that's kind of the intro right there. Is if you've got an entrepreneurial mindset and you're willing to learn new techniques, strategies, and systems, stick around. If you've decided to treat your business like a business and not a hobby, stick around. If you understand that skills do pay the bills, but systems set you free, I'm going to show you those, by the way, stick around. If you want to become a network marketing rock star, stick around. You can go ahead and jump off of here if you're looking for the next get rich quick thing. You're not willing to put some time and effort into this. You're going to understand that this is going to take me about 30 or so minutes to roll through this. I do talk fast, but I'm sure you can listen fast, but it will revolutionize the way you do business. And I don't want you to get upset if at the end I show you some shortcuts that are going to help you, that could cost a few bucks to invest in. That way you can get the results I'm about to show you. Okay, so here's the bold promise. I will show you how to generate the fastest way to generate 10 to 20 quality leads per day, because I do it already. Okay, this isn't something I'm guessing. These are things that I only ever teach things that I have done myself, whether those are mistakes or victories. Okay, now here's the big problem. You probably have a product or a business or an opportunity that no one knows about. Okay, you're just getting started. And more than likely, in a lot of cases, you've burned out. You've burned out or don't even want to approach your warm market. Completely understand. Trust me on this one, because I have, and I'm going to try to tell this best I can in story form. This one right here, I've been through. Okay, I've been in multiple companies multiple times, and I understand that that you don't want to be that person that goes, oh, I know I just told you this is the fifth opportunity I've joined, but please believe me, believe me, believe me. Okay, I'm going to show you some different stuff here. Understand that you're also in a race against time, because whenever an opportunity arises, usually if you understand this, that whoever goes out there when the gold rush is ready to roll and gets there first, they capture the most land, right? If you get out there and you dig the most gold. Now, the other thing, problem wise, is that you're probably being taught 1970s training and lead generation techniques. Okay, and that's okay, because again, a lot of people don't dive into these things like I have done. I know there are plenty of people out there that have, and they're having tremendous success with this. Okay, and I don't want you to consider it a problem if you're not familiar with the internet. I do get a lot of people that comment on the videos that I have on my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and they're like, well, I've never done this. Well, understand there's a first for everything, but you don't need to be intimidated by this. And the one thing I'm good at is keeping things simple and explaining, how they work. Okay, so let me give you the solutions. I am going to show you how to get your product and business noticed quickly. More importantly, I'm going to show you how to get people to come to you. Okay, think about this. Do you think your network marketing or whatever business you're doing, understand everything I'm going to show you can be applied to anything, but I'm going to, because of my background in networking, think about that. What kind of change in your attitude would you have if you had people approaching you because you put some stuff out there and you got in front of the right market, talking about the right things at the right time, okay? Because of the things I'm going to show you, you can compress time, okay? Literally, I can get stuff done in 6 weeks or 6 days that would have taken me 6 years previously based on old school techniques and technologies, okay? I'm going to also show you how to use 21st century strategies. You're going to get rid of the fear of real marketing. Don't be intimidated by it, but understand that if you embrace it, you're going to really become a rock star here. And I'm going to absolutely show you how to really go pro. Not regurgitated information, not stuff you typically see on all of the events that you go to. Understand that there's a time and place, and I am never going to put down the old school ways of doing things. What I need you to understand is the principles always will stay the same from here until eternity, okay? They will always stay the same, the principles of getting your story in front of people. However, the technologies and delivery systems of how you get that message out there have changed, and you need to embrace them. All right, so let's ask you this question. You might be asking yourself, is it worth it, and can I really do it? If you notice this guy right here laying there sitting about pretty hammered, believe it or not, that was me in my 20s, okay? I didn't have any business background, no direction whatsoever, and really was on a downward spiral until I actually really got a big dose of Jesus, got married, had a great family. Okay, that's my family. I'm now the shortest guy in the house, by the way, and pretty much had some success. Now, in case you don't know who I am, I have been in multiple companies multiple times and built organizations in the tens of thousands. I have won just about every company contest that ever comes out, all the recruiting contests. I'm typically in the top leaderboard. And I have spoken and taught these strategies and these different techniques for many, many years to hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, whether that's in person or, on the internet. Okay, so understand that I do have a background in knowing what to do. Now, the difference between an amateur and professional, we're going right into this, so pin your ears back. An amateur is somebody who does this as a hobby. Typically, most people treat their businesses, especially network marketing professions, they think they're in business, but they're, typically the best thing they can get away with at the end of the year is a tax write-off that they have a home-based business. Other than that, they don't treat it like a profession, and they don't make professional kind of money, get paid to be a professional, okay? This comment right here, this statement changed my life about 8 years ago. I heard a guy say this. He said, if you're not using data to drive your decisions and paid traffic to grow your business, you're dead. And I began to really start to dig into that, okay? Now, what I'm going to show you is these are the techniques. These are the things that we're about to launch into. I'm going to show you how to automate your recruiting and your duplication process using funnels, okay? Marketing funnels, you've heard that phrase. Most people are starting to become more and more aware of those. And I'm going to show you how to generate leads using paid traffic, okay? Now understand that, and I'll probably repeat this, the difference between paid and going out there and, building a web page and doing SEO and everything is the equivalent of you learning, if you wanted corn to eat Instead of going to the store or going out there and digging up a field, planting the corn, watering it, hoping it grows, you don't have to do that these days. You can literally go to the corn store and buy it. Okay, that's what paid advertising is. Okay, understand again, I've been doing networking for over 24 years, or I've been a net entrepreneur for 24 years, seven-figure earner. I've been doing internet marketing for 11 years. I've run over 1,000 ad campaigns on all of these networks: Google Ads, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And there's a couple others, but we're just going to stick with these on this one because these are my favorites. Now, old school methodology. You join a network marketing company, you get excited, you see the dry erase board, you see the circles drawn out, and hopefully you go get to your warm market and you start talking to them and you hopefully close 3 people. We then hope they go out and close those 3 people. Basically, network marketing consists of this. And personally, I believe that network marketing products are the best out there, and typically in most cases even the services are the best out there because they really get emotional about it. They get entrenched in what the results are. The new school paradigm I want you to shift on is this: is if you look at Google, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as reps that can go out there and multiply your efforts, it's the same thing as actually building an organization. The thing is you can build an organization using these techniques so you never run out of leads, people to talk to. You can actually build a business with people who are interested in what you have to say or what you're talking about. And they in turn can go out there and duplicate. And again, if you show them some of the things I'm about to show you, you can really create real business duplication. Okay. Now let me prove it to you. My personal case study: in 5 months, I personally enrolled 81 people in a company. I basically, a lot of times I'll join companies. Well, one, because I like the product. Somebody will give me a product, and I obviously get approached every day, and I like the products, and I'll try it, and then I'm like, okay, how can I get this product for free? And is there any money in it? That kind of thing. And then what I do is I kind of just orchestrate a quick campaign, put it together, drive some traffic to it, and see what happens. The thing to understand here is in this one, in 5 months, I enrolled 81 people, so a couple people I talked to myself. 72 of those people I never even talked with until they had already enrolled. And that number, believe it or not, is now, I believe, at 83 people I've never talked to until they had already enrolled, because I understand these systems and I'm going to show them to you. My inbox looks a lot like this. And if you look at the dates on the far side, you can see these are people coming in almost a daily basis, okay, day in, day out, and so on. These are actual reps. These are emails that I'm getting because people are joining. Now, I do want to take a deep breath here because I get excited. I'm a little jacked up on some coffee I had because I was excited about doing this, but there's some info overload coming, okay? So I'm going to cover a few things: automating the lead process. I call a thing called the Moneyball Growth Formula. I have a 5-step funnel system I'm going to show you. Case studies, how to legally print money, and what you should do next. Okay, so we're going to jump into this. The system is a solution. This is one of my favorite phrases I ever heard. This was actually from Michael Gerber, the guy who wrote the book E-Myth. He said, "The system is a leverage by which you turn ordinary people into extraordinary performers." Great businesses do not look for extraordinary people. Great businesses look for ordinary people and leverage them with extraordinary systems. Now think about that. Most people, in fact, if you think about network marketing for an instance, typically you want to go after the best and the brightest, right? You're always looking for that chicken list person is what they call it. The only problem with that is there are very, very few of them. Okay, there's very, very few of them. You ever think about why companies always try to recruit the top network marketers they can find? Why they, go headhunting for these top networkers? I don't care what anybody says. I've been in the game long enough, that when a new company launches, they're willing to fly out people. They're willing to give bridge deals and so on. But the problem is they're trying to base the results typically on the person's credibility and influence instead of actually creating systems that ordinary people could come in and actually knock it out of the park. Okay. Now understand, I showed you me, practically passed out there by the campfire picture. I was that person. I was an ordinary person. I started to learn some of these systems so that I could still stay ordinary, not too smart, but put some things together that actually leveraged my time and created something big. The other thing I hear in networking, and this is this one's brutal, but this was again by Michael Gerber. He said that the myth of motivation, he said, rather than motivate people to increase productivity, create systems to increase productivity, and the motivation will naturally follow. I think that's another missing link, because if you look in most network marketing companies, Everybody's going out to get trained, get trained. I did the same thing for many, many years. I bounced around to every training I could possibly find. I went to the rah-rah events and so on, but I didn't see a lot of people actually creating a systematic approach that was out there, and it wasn't that anything, and I'm not saying that you doing a three-way with your upline isn't a system per se, but I think there's a little bit of a myth of how it all works, and that's why I like the way that I've set things up now because of the success. Now, one of my favorite movies, and I look at it now, I started looking at it from a business perspective, is Moneyball. Okay, it's a book. It's a movie with Brad Pitt, and it's got Jonah Hill in it, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it is absolutely fantastic. But what's really cool about it is the fact that they used data to drive their decisions for the Oakland Athletics, which was at the time when they do the movie here, was the lowest budgeted team in the United States in Major League Baseball, against the number one team, which was the New York Yankees, almost three times, right? And what had happened was the movie starts out that they lose all their ball players, their good players. They're sitting around there, and then Brad Pitt starts asking these questions, right? He starts asking questions to the staff. What's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? And they start saying, well, we need to replace Giambi. We need to replace these guys, and so on. And that it doesn't work out, right? He gets all frustrated and he leaves. But he runs into this guy, Jonah Hill, and he's talking about he's actually a data guy. He went to Harvard, or I'm sorry, he went to Yale and studied economics, but he got into baseball. So Brad Pitt starts quizzing him on some stuff, and he says, well, then Jonah Hill, comes out and says, look, there's an epidemic failure to understand what's really happening. People who run ball clubs think in terms of buying players, which is kind of what I was just talking about of network marketing companies looking for, top people, right? Your goal shouldn't be to buy players, but to buy wins. In order to get wins, you need to get runs. But in order to get runs, you need to get hits. But in order to get a check, you have to have a sale. But in order to get a sale, you have to have a lead, okay? Literally, if you understand, not to go into too much detail on this, but it's kind of lead indicators versus lag indicators. This is not in this presentation, but one of the things that bothered me the most was there's too much emphasis, I believe, in people who have the lag indicators, which is your back office of your web, your company's back office. It actually lies to you because it's not actually telling you the truth. The most important things are the front end things, which are the lead indicators. Okay, anyhow, let me stay on track here. Now, for many years, and in fact, I wrote a book on this, and the book's fantastic, and all these principles still stay the same. But I wrote a book that I called the Network Marketing Made Easy: 5 Easy Steps to Earn Money Like a Network Marketing Pro. My 5 steps are prospect, contact, present, follow up, and repeat. Repeat is basically how many times you can do the prospecting, contacting, presenting, and follow up. The problem was I had to ask myself this because there was only one of me. I wanted to know how I could automate this process, because automation is your time, exactly what compounding interest is to your money. Now, here's where it started to get interesting for me when I started to learn this. I started asking people, and I watched examples of people who were having a little more success. They started putting funnels together. Okay, funnel is a series of pages put in a strategic order where the goal is to take your customer on a journey that makes them most likely to go from a prospect to a customer to a client. Real simple, right? You literally are hand holding someone through a process. That's where success happens, and you can now do this in today's day and age. Okay. As an example, I actually just made that sticker there, the funnel mastery award. One of the funnels I was going to explain in here, I'll make it real quick. I just realized that in a company that I run right now, that this little funnel right here with just a couple pages, a couple little video tutorials, I've put in 343 personals in this company just by using this, and it's all automated. Like, it literally tells the story for me, and I get emails that say people join. I'm not even really talking to somebody unless they're already enrolled in a company. Think about that. Okay. Now, if what I did is, instead of so the 5 steps I had in my book, the prospect, contact, present, follow up, and repeat, I figured out how to do it with a funnel. So I learned the traffic, the landing, capture, rapport, and proposal. Okay, it really comes down to what I mentioned earlier. You've got organic traffic, which is stuff that you go out there, you learn how to make posts. You know, people, I love, it cracks me up how some people say, well, go in and start liking pages and do anything. I am way too impatient to wait for all that stuff. Okay, I want to go to the traffic store and drive qualified, interested, targeted people to my landing pages. Okay, when I do that and they go there knowing that these people are interested, I capture their information. I then send them a few videos or something, you know, some emails and so on to build a little rapport because people join people who they know, like, and trust. At that point, I can easily make a proposal because it's all automated and they join. Okay. So think about this. I'm using Facebook, Google, YouTube, and, you know, Instagram, just to name a few, to drive traffic to a certain spot. And I'll show you how to do all this. Okay. That's the whole purpose of this. To drive into somewhere where I'm capturing information, I'm driving through a funnel. Okay, I use Facebook ads, and here it is. Like a perfect example, I use that book. That's a screenshot of the landing page, and I'm using all these different platforms to drive traffic there. Here's the big question. Think about this for a second. If I gave you $2 for every dollar you gave me, how many dollar bills would you give me? You would not stop giving me money, because I understand now. Remember back to the data-driven decisions? I understand that if I spend $1 per lead, and most times they're way, way less than that, but I'm giving you easy math here. $1 per lead, if I spent $100, so I got 100 leads, and only one out of 100 joins, and by the time they go through the process, they put $200 in my pocket, that's basically $1 that you gave me, and I gave you $2. Okay, that's how powerful this is. This is a license to print money if you do it correctly. And understand that everything that I'm going to show you, you can test at very, very small dollar amounts. Like I test an ad for $5. Like I got one running right now for another company that my wife's involved in that I'm helping her with. And literally I'm getting, like 10% opt-ins, and people are actually purchasing. So I'm actually making money on the lead itself, not even just the person joining. I figured out how to make money on the lead. Okay. So anyhow, that's the expression you're going to have once you understand this stuff. Now, let's get into it, okay? Let's get into how you can reach millions of targeted people. Again, most of the time people quit network marketing because they get frustrated, they run out of people, they're talking to the wrong people, and they you got to have rhino skin, to say the least, in network marketing. I mean, it's some of the most brutal territory out there. But understand there's ways to get around that, okay? So let's talk about my first big one, probably one of my favorites, obviously. These are all my favorites. But we're going to start with Google Ads. Understand why Google Ads are so powerful is because you're talking to the right people at the right time about the right thing. With Google Ads, you can actually target specific websites with ads that people visit. You can target specific videos people are watching, get your message in front of those right people. You can target specific keywords that people are typing into Google, the largest platform on the planet. You can even target things people are doing. Okay, it's not an accident, and you've experienced it. I guarantee that if you've ever talked to somebody about something, typed it in an email, or visited a website, you've seen an ad right after that on Facebook, YouTube, any of these things, on those specific things. Think about how powerful this is if you can do this in networking. Think about that. Okay, now think about this. Campaign types. You can go in and set up in Google, and this is the back office of my account. You can go in there and you can set a goal. Google will help you, whether you want sales, leads, web traffic, you want to get your brand awareness out there and reach. You can do different types of ads. You can do search ads, display ads, video ads are my favorite. I skip shopping in Universal because I don't have a store. You can be very, very hyper targeted. Okay, you can target specific zip codes, your cities, your area codes, things like that. Okay, and you can expand them, close them. You can do all the United States, all the world, everything. Very, very detailed. You can actually pick the time people see your ads. You can pick the devices people see your ads, whether you want it on mobile, desktop, or and so on. You can pick the demographics, whether you want to maybe I offer a product that only appeals to people over 40 years old. Well, I don't want to start going out there and talking to everybody. I like to niche down. I like to talk to the right people about the right things at the right time. And understand this, from a mental kind of visual standpoint, You can make them aware using certain types of ads. You can bring them in with remarketing, and you can close the deal. Okay. Understand that the display network. These are the graphic images that, let's say you went to like a Fox News or CNN or the Weather Channel or whatever, and you see those other ads on there, even on YouTube and so on. That's what they call the display network, and those reach 90% of people on the internet across more than 2 million websites. And understand that it's targeting the right people about the right thing. Okay, there's strategies to all this. Here's a perfect example of a display ad that I clicked on a book. I wanted to go in there and look at the designer, and I went through there. Understand the display ads. Okay, when you go into your back office of Google, you can go in and look at these, and I'll show you how to do all this, by the way. Okay, you can find out what their demographics are and so on, and target specific people. You can target people with keywords. Basically, show ads on websites that contain the keywords, like someone who's looking for network marketing training. If somebody has a network marketing training on a website or a blog, you can actually hit them up with an ad if they run ads on there. Any kind of topics, websites that might be relevant to, like your skincare line or your essential oils line or your keto line or whatever it might be. Placements, okay, websites you can place your ad on. I mean, think about that. You can do that with videos too. I can actually place my YouTube videos over top of videos that people would be searching for that would be relevant to my product and advertise on those videos. Gmail, okay, think about this. If people type stuff out, you can actually put your ad in their inbox on Google. You've seen these on Gmail, okay? This is an example of one I did with my network marketing book. Want a free copy? Here's what it would look like on mobile. They click on it in their top area, and then they open it up, and there's a free copy of my book, and they click it, and it would take them to my website right here, where they opt in and they go through the funnel, right? Perfect example. I pulled this up a couple months ago, this stat on a campaign I was running for my book. 71% conversion rate. In most cases, people are lucky to get 5 to 10%. The reason I have a 71% conversion rate is because I'm talking to the right people about the right things at the right time. Okay, that's real important. Now, how hyper targeted do you think, or how much easier is it to build a business? Let me go back. When you've got over 2,000 people now that are interested network marketers looking for training, and you can offer them something, and more than likely they're disgruntled, and you can bring them something to the table because you're going to learn this stuff and you're going to know it, and you can be the man, you can be the woman, right? Okay, remarketing. I won't go into detail on this. Probably one of my favorite things. Understand that anybody that goes to that first page there on the far left, the network marketing book, I got tags on there. They're called remarketing tags on Google. They're called pixels. Retargeting pixels on Facebook, and I can actually show them an ad the next time they visit. You've seen that happen. I'm sure it's happened to you too. It's real. It's not as hard as you think it is, but it's worth it because you're getting your message in front of the same people over and over and over. Okay. Most people understand sales are converted typically because people are making contact with somebody usually 5 to 7 times before they make a decision. And if it's your face in front of that company, you lead the pack. You become the leader. Okay. You can build remarketing lists, and they can be very detailed. You can build them from channels on your like on my YouTube channel example. Anybody that's watched specific YouTube videos that I have, I can build an audience and retarget specifically to them. That's how powerful it is. Let's talk about YouTube, okay? Because it's my favorite. My YouTube channel, I got over 20,000 subscribers now, over 2 million views on my web pages, and you can go in and create video campaigns. As an example, I have one where I'm driving him to another one of my companies where I talk about a residual income formula. I make I think it's about a minute or half video that drives them to a website where they go in there, and I got a little video webinar that I'm doing, and I teach them how to do residual income. I even let them get in there without even opting in. They go through this video, and then basically if they're interested, below that video I have a button where they can click to learn more, and it drives them to there. So I've used the YouTube ads to drive traffic to the right thing. They click on it, they go, they opt in, and they're getting content, okay, because I'm targeting the right people at the right thing. Here's another one, 8,000 views. This was a paid ad right here that I was running on a product out there, okay. Here's another one. It directed them to them because what I was doing is sequencing these videos for 5,000, and then I actually ran an ad a little bit to get my my name out there, and I ran a comp plan video on there. It's a 22-minute video, but I made an ad out of it there for a little bit, and it's driving traffic. Okay, so that's what's really cool about that. Okay, think about that. Now the other thing is Facebook ads. Oh man, Facebook, you can actually annihilate it with Facebook. Okay, Facebook allows you to go in again and pick different things. You can do brand awareness, but I typically stick to the middle column. I typically use the traffic, the engagement, or video views. In most cases, because you get the lowest bang for your buck. I test stuff at between $1 and $5 a day. I run campaigns for maybe a couple days just to see if they're working, like the image is working and people are getting clicks. Again, you can do all these things worldwide. If you're in a company that you can actually market worldwide, 2.1 billion people. Okay, but obviously you're not going to target all those people. Let's find the exact people to show our single image of our product or our company by going into Audience Insights in the back office of Facebook's thing. I'm going to click on Audience Insights, and I only want to advertise maybe to network marketers. So I'm going to find somebody who's got a very big page that they're interested in, and I looked up Network Marketing Pro, Eric Worre. Obviously, you're probably familiar with him. And it pulls up all of the pages that are similar. These are the fan pages, the business pages of these companies. I Love Network Marketing, Your Virtual Upline, Network Marketing Pro, Ray Higdon. And I can run, or you can run, ads directly to their lists. A lot of people are intimidated. Well, I don't have a big Facebook group. I don't have a big following. You don't need one. You can run an ad to people like these guys who already have the big lists. Okay, and if you click the See More button, it keeps dropping them down. You can run, run $10 ad to I Love Network Marketing. Run another $5 ad to Your Virtual Upline. Run another $10 ad to Eric Worre. Run another one to Ray Higdon. See which ones produce the most, turn the other ones off, and just watch the leads roll in. Here's a Facebook ad. Perfect. Okay, want to get customers network marketing business. 4,300 people reached, 2,000 views, 80 comments, 2 shares. Okay, these were all being generated. These were leads because if somebody actually commented below this, I had it set up that they automatically became a lead on my what do you call it, Facebook Messenger group. Okay, if you look at that, okay, organic 28%, paid 75% of people on there went there. I didn't spend squat on that. I think it was like a $60, or I'm sorry, like a $20 ad. This one's probably one of my most successful. I made a blog post called Keto Hack Your Body. Okay, I in fact just got a check today from a company I haven't worked in over a year. Okay, Keto Hack Your Body in 60 minutes or less. It was a blog post I wrote that had a little information on there. 227 likes and or hearts, 41 comments, 199 shares because I targeted the right market with the right people. I spent a whopping $40 to get that. Okay, that single ad and the things that I produced from it have put thousands of dollars into my pocket over the last 3 years just off that single ad right there. Okay, another one. Remember I showed you that Network Marketing Made Easy book. Okay, just one of my ads, 56 shares because I was targeting the right people. The right people saw it, thought there was value there, and they shared it. You do not pay for for shares. That doesn't even count in your marketing stats, believe it or not. That's what's so cool. $30 on that. 3,500 people reached. Okay, link clicks, look at that right there. I'm growing them up. Instagram, I'll do real quick because Instagram is basically tied on with Facebook. Instagram, same thing. Run a small video ad, less than 60 seconds, drive into a landing page, they take a look. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you, okay? I just showed you the 4 biggest platforms out there. This stuff's not theory. In fact, I actually have been paid hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last few years to do these types of ads for other companies. I have actually run these kind of ad campaigns for churches, ministries, myself, businesses, corporate accounts, and so on. Okay, so I've done these things for quite a few years now. Okay, so what I show you and what I teach works. Okay, the good news is I have the amazing ability to take what most people complicate and make it simple. Regardless if you're a newbie or actually understand this, I can show you how to begin to implement the power of this strategy quickly. If you're still on here, it's because I think I got your attention, and I'm going to show you something. So how do you get started? Today I showed some of the most powerful ways to generate unlimited leads for your business, and I'm sure you can see the difference it would make if you could get those kind of results. Okay, understand this is just stuff you have to learn, but I think I have the ability to teach it simply. Okay, so here's the options, 2 options. You can stick to the old school route You can make your list of your friends and family, which you usually will burn out pretty quickly. You can go start tagging people on Facebook and get put in Facebook jail right after that, because Facebook's way smarter than that. Or you can learn some of these strategies, some of these things, and become a money-making lead machine. I mean, not only can you use this stuff for internet marketing, but when people figure out you know how to do this, you'll get people that'll approach you and say, "Hey, I'll hire you to do this." Yeah, that's how I get a lot of extra gigs on the side, that I know how to do this, and I can go through and throw, small or huge campaigns together for companies, and they pay me a lot of money to do that. In addition to me building multiple network marketing companies. So here's what I came up with, because I've been trying to figure this out for a while as to how I can share this with people, because I don't have time to actually sit down and do it with people, because I've got stuff that I've got going on. I got businesses that I'm running myself. Okay. I created 4 courses. 4 courses consist of, first and foremost, you got to have a place to send them. Top left corner, the marketing funnel mastery. Basically, I go in and I show you all the things that you need to do to build a funnel. I created the ads mastery, YouTube ads, and basically not just YouTube ads, but how to build a YouTube channel correctly, get the right keywords, things like that, and Facebook ads mastery. So let me go through each one just real quick. Marketing funnel mastery. Okay, this one consists of funnel mapping, how to get landing page conversions, basically what it has to say on there. I break down my top 4 funnels that top 4 funnels that convert. How to create lead magnets, basically how simple it is to create those kind of things on the front end. I even have software to show you how to do that. You can literally get a lead magnet done in like 5 minutes. And I give away my best high converting funnels in this course. You can just click a button and it will automatically download for you, and you can start using those. You just edit a couple things and you're good to go. Okay, and there's plenty more in there. The other thing, I have the Google Ads Mastery course, which consists of just about everything you think of that would apply to this. Okay, how do you set it up, your back office, your tips, your marketing tips. I go through it, how to run search ads, video ads, display ads, YouTube ads, retargeting campaigns, keyword research, and free software programs to help you do that. Okay, there's some other things that I use as add-ons that do that, and obviously much more. Okay, there's a lot of videos in that one. YouTube ads mastery. YouTube is something that I started to work on back in I think it was my first video I posted was in 05, so I've been on there quite a while now. Learned a lot, but I make a lot of money. Not only that, but I've actually monetized my channel now. So I organically built it up, and then I began to monetize it. Okay, and I can show you how to do that as well. YouTube ads course, channel setup, customization techniques, SEO and SEO tools. There are ways to get your videos ranked really quickly. Okay, and I teach you that. There are some hidden things that came out, end screens, cards, and links. I don't have it on this slide, but there's also there's a new back office that YouTube just came out with. I show you how to do that and navigate that as well. I show you how to repurpose videos, the best practices, and obviously much more in that one. And then Facebook ads mastery. I literally run ads every single day, and I'm talking a tremendous amount of ads, okay, on Facebook. And I've gone through and I've made plenty of mistakes, so you don't have to, okay? I show you all the marketing tips, how to run them, and so on. Retargeting campaigns, pretty much the same thing, going through those as you would with some of the other courses. And in all the courses total, there's over 40 videos. And the other thing you need to understand is I will add to the videos as I learn different things, or something changes, I will update it. Okay, that's what's kind of cool about it. All right, so how much is this? Here's the big thing. How much is this investment into your business? Understand this. If you were to hire someone to create your funnels, run ads, whether it was Google, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you're going to typically spend between $2,500 and $10,000 per month, and that doesn't include the cost to create probably one funnel. Like I just charged somebody, I think it was almost $3,500 to do a funnel, and just to make the funnel, let alone do traffic for them. Okay, if you were to hire me to personally, that was basically, if you contracted me to do a bunch of stuff, I charge no less than 15 grand for just a 3-month contract, and that's a lot of times just figuring out who you are, what you're all about, and getting together. So it's usually extended. Okay, I've done that quite a few times. Okay, that's actually the lower end. So these courses that I created, they're not 10 grand. Okay, they're not 5 grand. Okay, each course individually, I have listed, and you go look it up on my website, is $495. And that is actually a really, really good value for not making the mistakes that I had to make. during the process of all of the courses that I already purchased into the thousands of dollars over the years, all of the events that I had to fly to learn these things. I tried to take what I knew because I understand networking. Okay, from a networker standpoint, I understand the power of networking. I've done it. I've recruited personally over 1,300 people. It's getting bigger now. Every single day it grows typically. Okay, but I've learned these skills. Now here's the thing: is I do have a bundled group where you can get all of them for $9.97. So that's a 50% discount if you get all of them together. If you wanted them all, and obviously you take your time and go through each one of them. Understand too that if you make that kind of investment in yourself, I know you're serious about it, and I will give you help if you need it. Okay, if you have a problem, if you have an issue, I know you're serious. Okay, this is one way I kind of believe it or not, this is an easy way for me to weed out people that are time wasters or tire kickers. Okay, so don't be offended by this, but there's a reason that we charge this. But this is a dollar amount I believe is well worth your value here, especially with what I've done. Okay, but wait, there's more. As a thank you, if you're still watching this, I understand that I took up some of your time. If you want to only purchase one course at a time, you can get a 40% discount and pay only $297. All you got to do is just when you get to the checkout part, it'll say add coupon, and you'll type in Mastery 40. Mastery 40, that'll give you a 40% discount if you bought each one of the courses individually. Okay, so understand if you buy each course individually, it comes out to about $1,100. If you buy them all just from my website one at a time, they're $495. That's $1,900. Okay, so that's kind of the thing. Understand this: the single course is 40% off. Comes out to $297 if you use that code, or you can get the bundled course for 50% off, which would be all of them. That's the one I would highly recommend because they've got them all together. I kind of like those kind of courses when I've purchased them before, because I like to. Because what I've done is when I did like the funnel courses, I learned the funnels, and then I knew that I had to get traffic to my funnel. It's not just about putting a funnel together, as I had to get traffic there, obviously, from what I just covered. But learning, YouTube, I understood that with Google Ads, it was going to help me to do YouTube. And then I was learning things on YouTube, Google Ads, I was learning on Facebook. So all these different strategies kind of work together. So it's kind of really came out to be really amazing. Okay, and I consider myself a student. You should too, that you continue to grow. Now, all you got to do is, more than likely, I have a button below this video now that should have popped up for you that you can just click on. It will take you to the courses. And again, if you buy the bundle, it's $9.95, or if you want to buy one at a time of the courses, it's put the Mastery 40 discount code in there, and you'll get the course for $297 versus the $495 that's listed at. And again, all my stuff I offer is usually comes with a money back 30-day guarantee. I believe that if you take the time to go through this, you will, one, save plenty of money on things you would have wasted time and effort on. That's the most important thing to me, is I hate wasting my time. Can't stand it. And I like to be efficient, and I love to be automated. Okay, if you think about what I just showed you, and maybe you can watch this video again, more than likely I'll get you the replay, you'll understand that automation is your key. What compounding interest is your money. Like that's that phrase. And it couldn't be more important to do it in networking, because time is against you. It's not on your side. Time is against you, except in compounding. But the thing is there's so many opportunities that pop up, so many people trying to recruit other people from out from under you and so on. You've got to separate yourself, and you got to understand this. And I've always been able to succeed in networking and anything that I put my mind to or put my efforts into, because I figured out strategies that other people aren't willing to go out there and learn. Okay, so click on the button below, go to my website. You can always go to MikeHealyTraining.com, look at that stuff. Don't forget the Mastery 40 code if you're going to buy a single or buy that bundled course, because that is definitely the best bang for your buck right there at 50% off. And there's a tremendous amount of value in there. And I can, obviously, if you got questions as you're setting up ads, or you got something you tested and it didn't work, I use I'll show you a free screen record software you can use to if you got questions, you can show me what your problem is, and then I'll go right into the accounts and show you how it works and send you a video and stuff and just get you up and running. Okay, so I do take it seriously that if you're willing to invest in yourself and invest in me to help train you on this stuff, I'm going to make sure you get you get your money's worth. Okay, so that's kind of the cool thing. And when you start seeing leads come in, it's probably one of the coolest things ever. Okay, trust me on that. It is probably one of the coolest things ever. I love waking up in the morning and I see, from my autoresponder, my email system, that you have a new lead, and whichever lead system I got going on there, it's pretty cool. So thank you very much for taking time on here. If you still are on here, I really, really appreciate it. Make that decision. You will definitely, you're definitely going to grow because of it. You're definitely going to separate yourself from the rest of the pack by doing it. And again, I thank you very much for watching this. And if you got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask me, especially if you got any questions on the courses before you get started. I can get going. But go ahead and jump onto that. Lead the pack, be a leader, learn these skills, set yourself apart. And if you do today what others won't, you will live tomorrow like others can't. Thanks again, and I will see you on the other side.